Alright, I wanted to do a video on this Chinese heater I picked up off Amazon. It's $122. It was labeled as an 8 kW. There's things going around say they're all the same. 5 kW is the same as 8 kW. Regardless, I picked her up pretty cheap, so I thought it was worth trying out. I wanted to try something to get away from the 7,500 watt electric heater. Works pretty well, but it's gets pretty costly in the January months. Well, we have it here in Iowa where it's like 20 below. I'll show you how I have it kind of set up. The packaging on it was really good. Didn't have any broken parts, missing parts. Everything fit up really well. The only thing I substitute was the diesel tank. It had like a 2-gallon tank. I wanted something larger, so I had this water tank laying around for camping that we weren't using, so I put that in its place. Made a little stand for it. I kept the filter and the fuel pump lower than the tank because the fuel pumps like to push rather than pull. So the gravity just kind of keeps that thing fed. There's the fuel filter and the little fitting that it comes with the kit. What's kind of nice about this water tank is that fitting is not at the very, very bottom of the tank. It has a little recess in it there, which then if there's any particles in the fuel or anything, they should float past that fitting into the bottom of the tank, be collected down there and not clog up my line. So this kit did come with a hard line, so you don't have to worry about any cavitation or anything like that. I wanted to make sure that there were no loop backs, that the fuel line was as straight as possible and no ups and downs to keep a nice steady fuel flow to the heater. For this panel here, it's just 3/4 inch plywood. Sealed it off with a gasket. Air intake pipe here. This is the exhaust panel, piece of aluminum tread bright. This thing does not get hot at all. This thing's been running for 18 hours and I could put my hand on this all day long and it just does not get warm. When I did adhere the aluminum to the wood though, I put about a 1/2 inch bead of silicone. That way if the aluminum did get hot, the silicone would absorb some of that heat. This here is just a piece of exhaust wrap. There was about an 1/8 inch air gap. I just wanted to cover that up as best I could, so I just put that on there. Like I said, this thing's been running now for about 18 hours and it's on its lowest setting, and you can see the fuel that it's consumed just above this molding line of this tank. So not very much fuel as it consumed. Now it's 27 degrees outside right now, Fahrenheit, and I try to keep it anywhere from 50 to 60 in here during the winter. I'll show you the controller here. There's the battery, 112 volt deep cycle battery charger running on it full time. Here's the LCD controller. So right now it is 18 degrees Celsius in here. We'll go through some of the menus here. I have it actually set at 16, so it is on the lowest setting. It never shuts off. It just drops way down as little fuel as possible to keep it running. 14.5 volts is what the charger's putting out. No error codes, and it's almost 2 o'clock. So what did we say it was? 18 degrees in here right now, Celsius now. So I have this conversion. My math's not all that good. So we're looking at like 64 degrees in here. That's off a little bit, about 5 degrees. I do have this other temp gauge. It's showing almost 60 in here, so it's off 4 to 5 degrees. But I'm happy with it. This garage is 24 by 24, 8-foot ceiling height, and fully insulated. So far this thing is having no problem keeping this garage warm. Something to note, like I said, it's on the low setting right now, but this electric heater, when it's running full bore, you can put your hand in front of it. It's warm, but it's not hot. You know, it's pushing out the air pretty good. When this thing kicks up and needs to heat the room, you can hardly put your hand in front of this. It gets extremely warm. And then the fan also picks up and it pushes it out and fills the whole room with nice warm air. I've had a carbon tester in here, no problems. Burns nice and clean. There's no diesel smell in here at all. It's just air's passing over a heat exchanger in there and just pushing the warm air out. All the diesel fumes blow outside. I'll show you that here. All right, there's the exhaust pipe and the muffler. Pretty quiet running little unit. Air inlet, not the prettiest things, but what I wanted to do was to keep away the frozen, any snow buildup or the rainwater that we get. I wanted to kind of keep that away from that air inlet and not clog that up at all. So I just had that container and just drilled a hole through it, and then it's forced to suck the air in from the bottom. Hopefully not starve that air intake. But yeah, it's been running really good. It's been running, like I said, for about 16 to 18 hours, I think now. And pretty efficient unit. Just comment if you have any questions on it. Time will tell how long it lasts, but so far really happy with it. Thanks again for watching.